There once was a time. There once was a time where GRM Daily wasn't GRM Daily, bro, and it was
It wasn't GRM Daily.
um. Yeah, I'm not. But
It was.
talking about some GRM Daily.
It was Press Play Media. Is that what it was?
I don't know. It was two totally different establishments. But I didn't know that they had risen, took a fall, and then rose again. So it's like C10 outside.
Yeah.
Listen, we gonna get now. It's like you really gotta. Now what's up? You got a megaphone outside my window. What's going on?
Got on.
Like it's like a nigga is on the phone next to my window. I talking about some.
Yeah. Alright, man, we here though, man. Let's get into this.
In the early 2010s, GRM Daily was more than just a YouTube channel.
Grind Daily, bro.
It was the central hub for UK rap culture, a place where future stars were born and where an entire generation connected through music. But in 2012, GRM Daily disappeared from the internet, and by the time it came back, things had changed. In 2025, it's almost as if this disappearance has happened again. So this is the story of what happened to GRM Daily and how it nearly lost everything. To understand GRM Daily, you need to understand the UK rap landscape in 2009.
I'm addicted to guns, I call it gun passion. I'll be chilling 1 minute, then the next clapping.
Grime was in a transition phase. Mainstream radio wasn't playing it. Record labels had turned their backs. Many of the grime pioneers like Dizzy Rascal, Wiley, Tinchy Strider had shifted towards pop or more commercial sounds. Pirate radio was fading. So for the new generation of MCs, there were no stages, no funding and no platforms. But they had the internet and YouTube. That was the new frontier. Postcodes didn't matter on the internet, talent did. Enter Posty, the founder of GRM Daily. Posty wasn't a rapper or a DJ. He was a visionary, someone who saw the potential of YouTube to give a voice to the voiceless. The idea was simple: film artists, upload it, repeat. The platform blew up fast. Not just grime, but road rap and freestyles. All of it found a home on Grime Daily. You didn't need a manager, a budget, or a label deal. If your bars were cold, Posty would upload you. No pretentious marketing, no overproduction, just music. By 2011, Grime Daily had grown from a niche upload channel to the #1 UK rap platform. But with more power came more problems. In September 2012, Grime Daily went dark. Over 1,500 videos erased. 3 years of culture gone overnight. Fans were confused, rappers were angry. And why? For copyright strikes. Most of the videos uploaded in the early days used beats that weren't cleared, instrumentals ripped off YouTube, freestyles over copyrighted music. There was no legal team, no music licensing experts, just Posty and a few friends running one of the most influential UK music platforms out of their bedrooms. Some sources say YouTube took it down, others say it was sabotaged, but Posty later confirmed they didn't have the right legal protections in place. The channel had grown too fast and the back end couldn't keep up with it, and just like that, Grime Daily was dead. But Posty wasn't done, because while the old channel had gone, the idea of Grime Daily was still alive. For most creators,
so we lost, y'all lost all that history, all the music videos is just gone,
So he did have to like start a whole new channel. That shit was terminated for real.
That's fuck. It's like kind of like, what they did to us. But yeah, though.
Posty, it was the reset button. Within months, he returned with a new name,
Video.
GRM Daily, a cleaned up version of the original brand. This time, things were different. It was built to last. Gone with the ripped beats and grey area uploads. In their place, cleared music, copyright safe content, brand strategy, and media expansion. Posty wasn't just uploading videos anymore. He was building a business. GRM Daily's relaunch came with a cleaner image. The hood freestyles were still there, but now mixed with high production visuals, artist interviews, short documentaries, and even original series. Suddenly, GRM didn't just represent grime, it represented UK music culture as a whole, whether it was Afro swing, drill, rap, or experimental new sounds. It could live on GRM. GRM Daily wasn't just recovering, it was becoming the most influential music platform in the UK. New stars began emerging, and many of them got their first break on GRM. Artists like J Hus, Fredo, AJ Tracy, and Dave all used GRM to reach a national and even international audience. And behind it all was Posty, still mostly out of the spotlight, but pulling strings, guiding the platform, and turning a once amateur channel into a media empire. By 2015, GRM had partnerships with brands, tech companies, and streaming platforms. They weren't just uploading music videos anymore. They were producing full-length shows, curating events, and even hosting their own awards ceremony. The Rated Awards, which launched in 2015 and became the UK rap scene's answer to the Brits, a way to honour artists who the mainstream had ignored for years. For the first time, UK rappers were getting their flowers on their own terms. What started as a YouTube channel for freestyles and stairwells had become the most trusted and powerful voice in UK music. GRM Daily had bounced back, but there was a new reality. They weren't the only ones in the game anymore, because while GRM was rebuilding, other platforms were rising, and fast. And suddenly what started as a one-channel movement became an all-out war for control of UK music culture. There were now 4 major players in the scene: GRM Daily, Link Up TV, the grittier, unfiltered alternative, SBTV, and Mixtape Madness. Each one had its own vibe.
Let me sip on my tropical juice.
Nah, Mixtape Madness goes fucking crazy.
Its own talent pool and its own loyal audience. And even though they rarely addressed it publicly, behind the scenes it was competitive, ruthless, personal. Artists would shoot with all of them, sometimes even on the same day. One freestyle on SBTV.
Oh, this is a classic right here.
GRM. And so fans started comparing constantly. GRM's too clean, Link Up posts anything, SBTV stuck in the past. And for the first time, UK music fans weren't just choosing artists, they were choosing platforms like football teams. Each platform had carved out a niche. SBTV had the early
Always find a way to gangbang, son.
Gave Ed Sheeran and Dave their first shot. Link Up TV was street focused, raw, and sometimes chaotic. It felt like it was filmed straight from the block.
They got their own vibes.
Mixtape Madness capitalised on the drill explosion thanks to its dark aesthetic and shows like Next Up and The Cold Room. But GRM Daily, it leaned into quality, credibility and cultural authority. While the other platforms fought for views, GRM was building relationships with Spotify, Apple Music, Adidas, Red Bull, even Amazon. They weren't just trying to survive in the scene, they were trying to own it, but not everyone made it out of the platform wars. SBTV, despite its legendary status, began slowing down after 2017, and the tragic passing of Jamal Edwards in 2022 left a massive hole in the scene. Link Up TV, while still relevant, lost ground to GRM in terms of scale, polish and partnerships. Mixtape Madness grew fast but stayed more niche, especially in the drill scene, and through it all, GRM Daily remained consistent. They weren't just a platform anymore, they were the platform. So what led to the downfall of GRM Daily? For years, GRM Daily had been the people's platform, the one that gave up and coming artists a shot when no one else would. But as it grew into a media empire, some felt it lost touch with the underground that it once represented. The platform had gone too corporate. Fans accused GRM of chasing viral trends, prioritising safe, brand-friendly artists, and ignoring talent that didn't already have clout. There was a growing belief that if you weren't connected, co-signed, or commercial enough, GRM wouldn't touch you. Even worse, some accused the platform of becoming gatekeepers, saying things like, "You can't blow in the UK unless GRM backs you." That was the sentiment circulating in forums, group chats, and even among artists themselves. And whether or not that was true, it kind of spoke to the power that GRM had built, because when you're that influential, people start to question who you're not putting on. But perhaps the biggest issue GRM faced wasn't because of any of the hate, it was the evolution of the internet itself. Because in the early 2010s, GRM was essential, one of the only ways to get seen. But by the 2020s, artists were blowing up on TikTok, going viral on Instagram, and uploading straight to Spotify. Didn't need a GRM cosign anymore. In fact, some of the biggest moments in UK rap in recent years had nothing to do with GRM at all. And while GRM still had the numbers, it no longer had the monopoly on influence. GRM Daily splits its videos by original and premiere. GRM was clearly for the more established artists, and so getting yourself an original GRM Daily upload would still run you upwards of £300, but the return on this investment was reducing. With a lot of videos constantly being uploaded to the platform, the competition was high and the chance of blowing up was low, so artists began to prioritise marketing on TikTok and Instagram. And so the need for a platform like GRM Daily in 2025
Nah, I'm
faded.
thinking about
And
it,
it's not
we're
just
too-
GRM
no one
Daily, every
posts no
platform
more,
in the
like-
UK has felt this shift.
That
But
shit turned
despite
into like the world
criticism,
star.
Despite the evolution of platforms, GRM
So I'm
Daily
saying, like,
is
it's really
still
just
here,
new
still
people that would
consistent.
post
They
it, like,
recognise
everyone
the
posts on their
change,
channel
and while
now.
they still upload music videos,
Damn
they
near
branched out
every
into other
mainstream
series
rapper.
such as Thoughts in a Cully, and of course the massively popular Daily Duppy is still running.
Unless they do this.
GRM Daily's ability to adapt is how they've managed to stay relevant for a decade, and in a constantly shifting industry, that might be the most impressive achievement of them all. From a bedroom in East London to the heart of UK music culture, GRM Daily didn't just document the scene, it helped build it. What started in 2009 as a scrappy YouTube channel for freestyle videos became the defining platform of a generation.
Yeah, that was very abrupt way to end shit.
Yo, my outlaw niggas.
Yo,
Rip him.
get crazy, get surgical on something. But yeah, man, that was you know, that was that thing.
GRM Daily, hey, shout out to all these chillers, man. They're still up doing their thing. Regardless of you know, how the algorithm fluctuates, how people change, errors change, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's gotta be innovative and just find different things.
Yes.
That's why I can put it. We out here though. Subscribe, 80,000 soon.